Hello, this is Marc Harrington, Director of Advancement at GNAT-TV, and I'm here today at the First Baptist Church in Manchester Center, Vermont. And we are about to take a little tour of the inside of the building here. But you know, we're highlighting both the fact of this church being a centerpiece of the community and of the spiritual life in the community, and also embarking on something of a restoration project. And we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And so now we're going to tour the sanctuary and actually check out that beautiful organ over there.
It was brought here, as I said before, in 1926, and a group of men, just ordinary people from this congregation, went up to Proctor, disassembled it, numbered all the parts, came back down here and reassembled it within that arch of that is presently where it is. And I always thought that was so amazing that just ordinary guys could do that. The organ, we have discovered, is very, very valuable. It is unique it's one of just a very few organs in the world. It was built in 1896 and then brought here in 1926, but it was in a chapel up in Proctor previously.
These windows are amazing.
Yep, and they're actually the original windows from when the sanctuary was built, wow, with the intention that someday when we had more money, we would replace them because they're really considered temporary glass. Wow. So we've done the best we could to take care of them. They have plexiglass covers on them on the outside and that kind of thing, but we get concerned about it every once in a while that maybe, the time is coming. So in my time of being here, probably 20 or 30 years ago, we kind of formed a committee and we did some research and we got a little bit of fundraising going, and we found that each one of the panels back then was $8,000 or $9,000. And each panel. So each window has two panels. Wow. So it became sort of cost prohibitive for us.
I've had several losses in my family, and they have just been so physically helpful as well as emotionally supporting me. And I feel very tied to this church, and I would feel very sad to think that we might not be in business. So that's very important to me that people recognize that.
Now I'm with Pastor Teresa Taylor. And Teresa, tell us a little bit about your involvement in the church and what it means to you.
I have been a member of First Baptist for the past 3 years, but I grew up in Manchester and always loved the Little Red Church on the corner. I came here often to practice music and other type things, and the church just has a lot of meaning for me in that it feels like home away from home. And I have the privilege of serving as interim pastor right now, starting in September. And it's just a dream come true.
I'm a deacon at the church here. And one of my focuses is I like to visit with people. So especially we have some people that are housebound, and I get to go visit and bring communion to them. So it's really special for me to share my spiritual aspect with the people I know and that need a little more guidance.
That's lovely, and that's something I had not considered. Of course, the center here is in town, but you kind of go to people where they are and sort of bringing the church to them. That's lovely. No, that's important. That's important work that you do. And Jim, tell us a little bit about your relationship with the church and what it means to you.
Okay. Well, my wife and I were married here in 1979 and became members at that time, and we've been here ever since. Raised our kids here. Been quite involved in the life of the church. And frankly, the folks here, a lot of us have been here that length of time, and they're family to me.
That's so wonderful. And you're still actively involved in the day-to-day?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm on the Prudential Committee. I just went back on that committee recently, and it doubles as the Finance/Buildings and Grounds Committee, and there's a lot going on. And
including a little fundraiser for.
yeah, I'm not part of that group that's doing that, but they're aggressively looking at ways to make all these projects happen financially, and they're doing a good job.
So hopefully we can raise the money that we need to get all these repairs done. We're on our way already.